Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again and welcome to a new Hermes colors video. I haven't filmed one of these in a while and I also need to film a Louis Vuitton colors video. There's so much content to get to you guys. I'm just trying to figure out what you guys find interesting, but I used to film these videos, so there are a bunch of new colors. I think that these colors are just like general new colors for 2025. I don't necessarily think that they're spring summer colors. So let's go through a few of them and I'll credit like where I found the pictures and stuff in the description. Let's start off here with Gris Argente. This is new. This is kind of new. It looks like a metallic kind of gray, so with like a silver like undertone to it. This is interesting. I would need to see this in person because I feel like sometimes seeing things in natural light can look very different to like the way something is presented like in a picture, if that makes sense. But yeah, this looks interesting. I'm sure this will be very popular, particularly if you like neutrals. I think if you're someone who likes neutrals and you want to try something different, this is probably like a good color to choose. There's a new color here called Bleu Tie. Pursebop defines it as a mid-tone blue with a hint of gray. Don't love this, I have to say, not a fan. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I don't like the color blue. It's my least favorite color. However, I like light colored blues or sky blues or baby blues. I could wear baby blue or like light colored blue. I do not like this. This seems like a very dark version of like royal blue, which is a color I hate. So yeah, let's move on. Oh, another blue. New Bleu Hydra. She describes this one as a vivid electric blue. Trying to be positive here, so let's just move on. Okay, I do not like this. Okay, something I like, yay. There's a new color here called Gris Pantin. Pantin is the location of like where they make, I think it's where one of the workshops is located where they make some of the quota bags, like Pantin, like this location. So it's called Gris Pantin. That's a nice little, inside, nod to one of the locations of where some of the products are made. She describes it as an icy blue toned hue. This is cute. I like this. I actually like this. Okay, it looks like a rainy day, like a cloudy rainy day in London. There's something kind of romantic about that. There's something a little bit gothic about this color, which I quite like, actually. So I don't mind this. A new color here called Rouge Radieux, which is she describes it as a blue-based red. I do not like blue-based red colors, but I do like this. This is definitely a cooler tone red. This is very nice. This is nice. Okay. Louis Vuitton have a really beautiful red capucine in the new Murakami collection. I think by the time you see this video, you would have already seen my part 2 video. This color reminds me of that Murakami red capucine that was in the store. I mean, that was in the video, I beg your pardon. There's this new color here called Vert Mangrove. She calls it a deep muted teal green with strong gray undertones. I must say, these are new colors, but these don't feel very spring to me. They feel very like muted, they're a bit darker. These feel like more like autumnal colors. I'm wondering why they didn't have as many spring or spring summer shades, but these might just be like year-round colors that they're just going to produce for the entire year and keep them around. Can't say that I love this, so let's just move on. Ooh, okay, let me tell you things I do like. So they're new cargo Birkins that are coming, and they have new colorways. So they're new colors that are coming. Include these are some of the shades. I'll insert some pictures on the screen so that you can have a look. I must say the cargo is a really interesting bag that I remember when I first saw the cargo, I remember thinking like, I don't actually like this, but my mind has completely changed. I really like the cargo now. There's a cool kind of effortlessness to this bag. So these are the new colorways for the cargo. And then they're also, she says here, they're also bringing back 2 colors that they used to produce, and then they discontinued them, and now they're coming back. There is this color here called Ardoise. Okay, so this is coming back, Ardoise. This is very interesting. It seems like a sort of like blue, yeah, like she calls it a blue toned gray. Again, very autumnal. These are very autumnal. It's very autumn, which I find really interesting because these colors seem pretty dark, like for spring, summer. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And there's Poussiere, which is another neutral shade. This is actually really nice. This is nice. Ooh, and it comes in exotic as well. Really, really, really nice. Okay, so those are the new colors that are coming. What do we think about everything? Really intrigued that they went for something much more autumnal. Like the colors like this time around, I think are much more autumnal. And like I said, they're probably year-round colors and not necessarily tied to a season like spring, summer, autumn, winter. But I think even for spring, summer, these colors are quite dark. It's not to say that they're not beautiful. They are super beautiful. It's just not what I was expecting. But that's not actually a bad thing. I think sometimes like when BKH like surprises us and does something a little bit different, it's not a bad thing. The colors that I like the most are the red color, the Rouge Radieux. I think that is really, really nice. And I like the new cargo colorways. I think those look really nice as well. I'd love to know if there are any colors. Oh, and I like the return of Poussiere. I'd love to know if there are any colors that you guys like from these new shades here. Is there anything that you would like to get in it? Would you like to get like an SLG in any of these colors? Would you like to get a handbag in any of these colors? Would you like to get anything made in these shades? Yeah, you let me know. Gris Argente is also nice. Gris Argente is nice. I think Rouge Radieux and the new cargo colorways are really nice. You know, I've changed my mind on something which I hated. Do you guys remember on one of the previous catwalks, they had that like inside out looking Birkin or whatever? I really didn't like it when I saw it on the catwalk, and now I can't stop thinking about it. And I was thinking about maybe like also being open-minded to that bag for when I go to Europe this summer to play the game again, because I always thought like, for me, I just feel like the way my brain works is like neutrals, because I'm a colors person. I'd rather just buy neutrals at like a brand like Louis Vuitton, which is one of my favorite houses, or even Versace or Moschino, 2 of my other favorite houses, versus play the game for a neutral color, only because I love bright colors and bright colors are who I am at my core. However, I can't stop thinking about this bag. I don't know what happened. I've gone from being like, to now really loving it, and I think it's really special. I think it only comes in the Birkin 35 centimeters. So I'm wondering like, if I would buy it, how often would I use it? Because when I think of my lifestyle now, even with a small infant, a lot of the times like I'm going to work maybe for 2 hours a day, then I come home and I'm around. I stay around the house like to be close to my baby, even though I have a childcare provider who helps me with him during the day. So I'm thinking like, if I got something like this, how often would I use this? Because I'd step out maybe to go to the office, go to a business meeting, I could take it with me then, or maybe if I'm going to take my laptop to a coffee shop to go do some work outside of the house, maybe I'd take it then, because presumably, I think this is a Birkin 35 if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. So it's like, how often would I use this? You know what I mean? Whereas top handles, I would use those more because it's just like a grab and go thing, particularly here because we don't really use public transport here, everyone drives. So I'm just wondering like how often I would use it. I'll probably end up using it every day just because I do step out of the house every day. Tell me what you think, because I can't stop thinking about it. And I was thinking about like seeing if maybe there's a chance to get this, because it is a 35 centimeters, so I might have a better chance of getting this than say the Mini Kelly. But my heart is with the Mini Kelly and Kelly Pochette and Kelly 25 and Birkin 25. That's where my heart is with any of those 4. But I do love this as well. And I can't believe I've gone from hating it to loving it now. So tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you like it. If you don't like it, don't worry, I'm not offended. We're a broad church here, meaning there are all kinds of views, and please don't be offended that I don't like blue. It doesn't mean blue isn't a beautiful color. I know many of you love the color. It's just a color I don't like. However, I know why people love the color, because it is a very striking shade. I prefer their more lighter blues, or the blues that look more like beach blue. So you know, like an aquamarine. I think that's more of a. I think aquamarine is more my vibe, definitely, or like a lighter blue. That's the kind of thing that I like. Tell me what you think about everything. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit notifications and join the email newsletters link below. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.